Alright, so hi, my name is Ivory. I'm a tarot reader. I've been reading for about a decade now, almost. And I've been out of practice lately, so I thought that I would stretch out and test these old bones, see what kind of information I can get. I honestly don't even know what I'm reading about today. I think I'm just gonna do like a collective message. We'll just see where it goes. So I'm gonna start with my Inspired by Frida Kahlo deck. That's what they look like, and that's the box. It says, a soul that touches the world with its truest creativity will leave a legacy of love. So already it sounds like it might be a personal message, but I'm going to record it anyway. Thank you, Holy Spirit, for being in this space. Next with Modern Witch Tarot deck. Holy Spirit, I ask that you give me clear, concise messages about what we're discussing today. Thank you for being here, for guiding over this reading. Ooh. Like that. This Nine of Cups has been prominent since I started shuffling. It keeps ending up on the bottom of the deck. So, something about doing things for self, living to the fullest, taking advantage of opportunities, things that you have available to you. We got the Ten of Cups upright. We got the Ten of Wands in reverse. And then the Knight of Swords in reverse. So right off the bat, I'm getting this need to just kind of enjoy life. You need to enjoy life more, I guess. You've had a lot of trials that you've gone through. A lot of crazy stuff has happened to you. A lot of crazy stuff you've probably done. Maybe you had to. Maybe you just wanted to. Whatever the case. But it's been taking a real damper on your love life and your financial life. You have the King of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles both in reverse on the bottom of the deck, as well as the Seven of Wands bottom of the deck. And right behind that is the Strength card on the bottom. So you've been dealing with a lot. taking a lot of L's in your love life, taking a lot of L's in your career, and you're just kind of trying to persevere through all the insanity and make sense of what's going on. I'm going to take it. Again, the Nine of Cups is on the bottom of the deck. So, it's a very important card here. Let's see. We've got the World card upright. So I'm guessing there's like, there are things that are changing. A lot of things that are changing. We have the Hierophant in reverse. Taking new approaches at life. We have the Fool upright. But clearly, making necessary steps and choosing, I guess, joy and adventure over oppression, depression, regression, and dogma mentality. You have the Two of Pentacles in reverse. That to me lets me know that you've decided you're not going to continue to put up with certain things anymore. The Eight of Swords in reverse, allowing you to free your mind of whatever insanities may have been going on lately. And the Five of Cups in reverse. So moving on, like I said, acceptance, being able to see new opportunities for yourself and upholding and withstanding those things. Which I think that, this overall message so far, it makes a lot of sense. It's it ties in with the original message. A soul that touches the world with its truest creativity will leave a legacy of love. And I think that, so far this spread is very telling of exactly that, and that you have been through the ringer, but you managed to pull yourself out again. And I say again because for some people, you've been dealing with trials and tribulations your entire life, and it seems like no matter what, even if things calm down for a little while, eventually another storm comes to pass. But the thing about it is that you're not gonna be met with anything that you can't handle. And that's never the case. And if you feel like you can't handle it, then you probably are giving up. And I know that sounds really harsh in some circumstances. You can't control some things, and sometimes certain things are meant to be out of your control so that you can excel in other ways. So being able to move away from these past traumas, all of this hurt and betrayal, backstabbing, hard labor, lots of hard labor, lots of heavy thinking, lots of not being able to think straight for a very long time. but everything has come full circle because you did something different. Instead of being stuck in a hamster wheel of repetitive motion, you are actually moving along the course of your life. You're not just stuck in a loop. You are back on track. So let's go in and clarify for any extra messages. I'm using the first tarot deck that I ever got. I was like 22. This is what it looks like. It just says Tarot the Complete Kit. The box is all messed up. I've had it for so long. Let's get some clarifiers in here. Definitely moving towards happiness and self-fulfillment. And I want to say self-fulfillment because you've been striving for this Ten of Cups for a long time and you're almost there. But before you get that last cup, there are some things you have to do for yourself. You have to put you first before anything. Let me get clarification for the Ten of Cups here. Yeah. Two of Wands in reverse. Not being able to move forward. You know, not being able to get what it is that you want out of life. Let me get clarification for this Ten of Wands. I'm just going to take these two. Page of Wands and Two of Cups, clarifying the Ten of Wands. So it's more likely that the reason, yeah, it had to do with other people. Bad choices in love. So your Ten of Wands most likely came from, oh, I should stop pulling because I'm going to get a bunch of cards. Yeah, Ten of Swords and the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. So yeah, like constantly investing in someone or some people or some things, something that you were very passionate about, or someone you were very passionate about, someone or something that you felt like you had a genuine connection with, and you spent a lot of time, like I said, investing in that, and it just didn't turn out how you expected. I get clarification for the Knight of Swords in reverse. Knight of Swords in reverse. It's like a whole story that wants to come out for that second part. Knight of Swords in reverse. For the Knight of Swords in reverse, excuse me, you have the Justice card and the Sun card in reverse. So I'm getting an air of cause and effect here. Yeah. This was like randomly turned sideways in the deck, the Four of Pentacles. So yeah, it's whatever person or thing you were trying to hold on to. Understandably so, you had a lot of love and emotion for it, but it just didn't work out. And because you were, whether you realized it or not, you were receiving signs and synchronicities letting you know that, you know, this particular part of your life was done with and you needed to move on from it. but you tried to maintain because of what you thought was right and what you thought was dutiful or what you thought would suit you best. But Spirit doesn't care about what you want. Spirit cares about what you need. The Holy Spirit is always going to guide and direct you in the direction of making sure that you are obtaining your highest good out of life. So no matter how comfortable you may be somewhere, or no matter how much you may want to prolong a certain situation or whatever, trust and believe you are going to have to deal with the repercussions of staying stagnant. Let's see, clarification for the World card. Got the Two of Swords in reverse, which I'm going to take. Two of Swords in reverse. Yes. That's why. Okay, so these came out first, the Eight of Pentacles and the Five of Pentacles upright. So being aware of your investments. And now I understand why Spirit was like, the Two of Swords is important, but that's not a card we need to keep. But it is worth noting. And the reason why is because with your life, you've been undecided on what to do for a long time in terms of where to invest yourself. And lately you've been making a lot of moves and investments for yourself as opposed to into other people and into other things. You're taking more time to invest in yourself, and that is the greatest thing that you can do, because it's leading you to very new possibilities. It's leading you to, things that were probably unseen to you before. And clarification. Yeah. I think I was probably already so close. They're like, yeah, you don't have to. But I just want to make sure for you guys to see. So clarifying the Hierophant, we have the Three of Wands upright. So moving on, graduating, making the journey away from all of the pain and the hurt. Ten of Swords, also clarifying the Hierophant, and the Nine of Pentacles again in reverse coming out. So yeah, moving away from all the pain and the hurt, moving away from all the problems and the self-inflicted pain. I feel like it's a lot of self-inflicted pain. You can try to put the blame on other people, but the reality of it is that there were a lot of things going on in your life that you probably could have walked away from sooner had you understood that it was just time. And imagine how much time you wasted by investing in people and things that showed you over and over and over again that you weren't important to them or that you didn't matter. Clarify the Fool. Clarification for the Fool. Okay. Alright. So clarifying the Fool. Alright, this time I'm only gonna take the top card, but I'm gonna read the other ones too. The Four of Pentacles. Hold on to every single nickel, dime, and penny that you have. Because being apathetic can lead to ruin. Along with the Four of Pentacles, you have the Four of Cups and the Star in reverse. Do not take this new start for granted. Do not allow this opportunity to slip past. You are on the brink of a fresh new reality. So, all of the craziness and the confusion from before, allow that to stay in the past. Allow that to be a thing of the past. And try very hard to conserve what you have now so that as you move forward, you are doing what you need to do for yourself and getting what you need to get for yourself. Clarifying the Two of Pentacles in reverse. Give me just a second because I want to make sure. I don't feel like this is right. Because I feel like, because the Two of Pentacles is about juggling with indecision. And in reverse, it's like overcoming indecision and knowing what you want and the investment that you are choosing to make, choosing to leave certain negative things behind. Clarifying it is the World card upright and the Empress in reverse. So it's like, I guess choosing to overcome whatever negativity you were going through, and being able to realize and see where your shortcomings are, and being better for it mentally. Sometimes people learn their lessons in the moment, but they don't learn it for life. Like, they learn it just enough to get past whatever hurdle they're in. But then when they're met with the same problem again, they forget everything that they learned. And they're like, how many times do I have to go through this? I already dealt with this. I don't feel like dealing with this, whatever complaint. But the reason why is because you're being tested to make sure that you actually overcame whatever it was that you fought off previously, whatever it was that you were dealing with. Did you actually learn? Did you actually overcome that? Or was it just a fluke? Or was it just like an aha moment in that moment? But then when it was time to make do on figuring out whether or not it stuck, then you realize it didn't stick. And really, that's what it is. It's really just about spirit just wanting to make sure that it sticks. Can I just get like one card, y'all? Just one card. This Two of Swords has been hanging out on the bottom of this deck. Every time I shuffle, it's back on the bottom of the deck. So it's definitely reminding you, like, keep all that indecision in the past. Keep your mind clear. Whatever you did to get your mind clear, keep doing it. Add stuff to it if you have to. Whatever clears the fog. Whatever allows you to think clearly so that you can create in whatever it is in its truest form. Let's see. So clarifying the Eight of Swords, you have Judgment and the Eight of Swords, as well as, well, clarifying the Eight of Swords in reverse, you have Judgment and the Eight of Swords upright. And you also have the Six of Pentacles in reverse, the Hierophant, the King of Cups in reverse, and the Ten of Wands in reverse. So yeah, this is literally just word vomiting everything that I was, well, I guess card vomiting everything that I was just saying. Overcoming, inequality, a lack of reciprocity. For the longest time you felt like, oh, this is just normal. This is just my life. This is just what I have to deal with. Nobody ever treats me right. Nobody is ever kind to me. Nobody ever genuinely cares. And I just have to do it all on my own. I have to go through this struggle by myself, and understanding that that was a self-made premise. And when in reality, it's not that everyone is against you, or everyone's trying to hurt you, or everyone hates you, or everyone is trying to get the one up on you, or whatever the case may be. What it really is that you ran into a few bad apples. And some people make mistakes and some people are a mistake. But in those cases where the person themselves are a mistake, you have to understand that you encountered them for a reason. You encountered them so that you could overcome a challenge. And when I say they were a mistake, I don't mean like it was a mistake meeting them. I mean like it's an insult to their mother. Anyway, so clarifying the Five of Cups in reverse. Clarify the Five of Cups in reverse. Okay. So I'm just going to take this one card. So I feel like it's a lot that came out, but I'm going to read those two. Clarifying the Five of Cups is the Nine of Swords in reverse. So overcoming depression, overcoming sadness, overcoming that self-imprisonment, overcoming faithlessness, sleepless nights, crying yourself to sleep at night, waking up and crying some more. You overcame those things and realized that there were better things that you could have at your disposal. And clarifying that it really does seem like it's people, because now it's like a bunch of larger, well, I guess suits isn't the right word, but like technically you also have the King of Cups and the Ten of Wands. The Queen of Wands and the King of Swords. Those are all the things you overcame. 3 crappy people and a lot of shitty circumstances. And it's unfortunate that people waste their time trying to take down someone or feeling like they're inferior to another person who's just a normal human being. But this is because, like I said, you were a part of something you weren't supposed to be a part of, around things you weren't supposed to be around, taking on responsibilities you didn't need to take on, trying to live and work situations certain ways. Yeah, overcoming gossiping and spying and stalkerish behavior, whether it was on your part or someone else's, overcoming, lies and false. Look, I don't even know what the word for that is. Falsehoods, overcoming falsehoods in your relationships with certain people. Because I don't get that this is like, this isn't, I feel like because it's a collective message, it's not necessarily hitting that it's romantic. Although this absolutely could be a romantic situation, but I feel like this isn't. I feel like this is more like, this is just collective behavior amongst people, whether they are in cahoots or not. But it doesn't necessarily have to be romantic. And I did shuffle the deck, but I just want to point out on the bottom now, on the bottom of the first deck is the Nine of Cups, and then on the bottom of the second deck, clarifying deck, is the Nine of Wands in reverse. So a lot of exhaustion and fatigue and fighting and getting through and doing all of the things you had to do and being the person that you had to be, or becoming the person you had to become. Spirit's now like, all right, you did the work, you paid the debt, you went through the crap you had to go through, you learned what you needed to learn, and we can tell you're tired. So here, because you decided to change up what all you were doing, you've overcome all of these things, and you've proven that you have zero interest in reliving any of this. I guess as some older people I've heard have said, you're not gonna stop until you sick of it. You're not gonna stop until you're sick of it. And people say all the time, I'm sick and tired of this and sick and tired of that, but they still deal with it. And it's because they're not really sick of it. They're not really tired from it. They're getting drawn out. They're becoming exhausted. But when you have zero will left to give, and you know that you have repeatedly surmised in your own mind, it would be better to actually try, at least for the sake of being a decent human being or whatever your reasoning is, but to actually try. And no matter how many times you make that choice to try, it just goes to crap every time. don't bother. You finally learned that none of that ever mattered. It mattered for what you needed to learn, but it never mattered enough that you had to stay in it because it wasn't meant to be your life. I'm going to pull from my Moonology deck, which unfortunately it's a rip-off deck, but I thought I knew I wasn't getting the real one, but I was hoping that it would at least be similar in size. I don't know. Your girl was short on cash. She's been trying to make investments. I guess depending on the platform, wherever you see this, either on my Reddit under Nuggy Bay or on YouTube under Tortoiseshell Tarot. Thank you for tuning in. We're now going to do your closing message. Thank you, Holy Spirit, for being here at this time. Give me a clear, concise message. My collective opinion, all messages. Oh, a new start is coming. It was in reverse, but I'm going to take it upright because that's more or less the vibe that's going. But I think it's contingent upon what you're doing. You're very close to achieving your goal. So yeah, they both came out in reverse, but I'm going to say it's contingent upon what it is that you do. If you choose not to reverse and go back to all of this crap you've been dealing with, and you actually stick with saying, you know what, I'm gonna do something different. I'm gonna do something that scares me a little bit every day. I'm going to do the things that I've been needing to do, but I've been too afraid to do, or I wasn't sure should I do it because it doesn't seem like the right thing to do. Just do it. And I'm gonna add this as well. This was underneath a new start is coming. What do you need to release? Which I think is a very good question. We should all be asking ourselves regularly, honestly. What do you need to release in order to be better in life? For yourself, for the ones that you love, so that you can achieve certain goals, do certain things, be a certain type of person, whatever the case may be. But alright, this was the message. Thank you so much for tuning in, and you have a beautiful and blessed day.